Alright, little plumbing 101 for you. If you run across this issue right here and you need to get it done and you don't want to spend a lot of time on it, you can take this isolating tool right here and you can cut on each side here and here, all the way up to the bottom of the tank. To cut that nut and it'll pop right out, save a lot of time. But in this situation, I actually need a nut, so I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way and take my time to get it off. But anyways, you can't do it that way to speed things along. And I went ahead and changed the fill valve since I already got the tank off. Might as well put all new parts on, correct? Yeah, awesome. All right, let me set you up right there. Then we'll take these. Make sure you got your good set of channel locks. Do that right there. I just want to say that you can do it either way. There's different ways you can do it. Thankfully, this is coming right off. So I'll be able to save this nut because I need it for the new flush valve. So basically what happened here, as you see, the button on the top here, that broke off, which is on the old fill valve. So the plastic, it broke off. So every time they would flush, obviously it wouldn't go back down. So, yeah, about that. So we're gonna put a new button and everything. We're gonna put a new fill valve, flush valve on there. Voila, there it is. I won't reuse this nut because for some reason, I can't find a nut that comes with this one. But anyways, you stick it back in there like that right there. Voila. Of course, you can't see it, but I'm holding on to this one inside here like this. Matter of fact, take that piece off while you screw it on. That way you have something to grab to as you're tightening it up. Well, you get a nice secure fit. And there's no wrong way, as long as you got everything stuck through like this right here, there's no wrong way to do this, to be honest. As long as you tighten it. Try to hold it by the bottom inside the tank, because if you hold it at the top, it'll twist and potentially break on you. Whenever I have to do this, I just go ahead and replace these tank bowl gaskets here and just stick it right on there like that right there. Just kind of work it. It will go over. Just keep moving around until it goes all the way around like that right there. Voila. Now, so a lot of people don't double nut their tank bolts, which I like to do. Gives you a real secure seal. So, take your rubber washer in your nut right here, put it on like this. Voila. Then you stub through the tank like that right there. Take another rubber washer, put it right there on the tank with a metal washer, like that. Voila. Now, I'll take me a nut, and these are pretty standard. You're gonna need a 1/2" nut driver right here. Once you get it to the point, you know, where it's time to tighten it, but you know, you can just run your finger through like that and get a lot quicker. Yeah, or you can just, you know, do this right here. But this will really secure the bolt and it will not leak. 9 times out of 10, this will not leak. You don't need to crank it down tight. I mean, just a good snug, you know, and you just keep repeating the process until you have them all on. Some require 2, some require 3. And Mansfield's, most of them take 3 nuts. So this one is going to take 3. And you just keep going like that right there. Then you need another washer right there. Take your other one, put it on there, and just keep repeating the steps until you have them all put in there. And just like I said, just stick them on there. I always double nut mine, because what'll happen is a lot of people will just do it up under the bottom when they attach the tank to the bowl. But the problem with that is, man, you have to over tighten it for that to even seal. Plus, you'll flatten your gasket out and it could potentially not seal correctly and cause it to leak. Now, these packs only have 2, so Pasco's is what we use 9 times out of 10. They work really well. There's Pasco. All right. And then just basically we'll just need half a pack on this, same as before. Take your rubber washer, put it on there, voila. The heads are wide, so you really don't need a washer there. Just a rubber piece for the seal. And then there's your last hole right there. There again, just like before, rubber washer. Like that right there. Then stick your nut on. And look, this is the same process if you were to replace the whole tank and just leave the bowl. It's literally the same process. The only difference is you don't have to reinstall this stuff because usually they're pre-installed. But you'll see what I mean here in just a minute. Alright, so that's snug. So if you ever have to change out a flush valve, go and replace everything while you got the tank off. Because you'll just find yourself in a month or 2 replacing these material things anyways. So it's just best to do it all at once. Alright. So anyways, you put this back on it like this right here. Now, because we've already sealed it, we don't need to put the rubber washers down underneath. All you need is your metal washer and a nut right here. Alright. So make sure you hold on to the tank, because if it falls, there's nothing secured to the toilet right there. I always just start, it doesn't matter which one you start at. Just throw it on there, you know, like that, like so. Now that we got a nut and washer on it, it'll hold itself. You ain't gotta worry about it falling too much. All right, then you do the other side the same way. Just get it snug, you know, with your finger right there, voila. And like I said, it's not going nowhere because you got them holes now. And we could actually put the water in, it wouldn't leak at the moment, even though it's loose, because we double nutted. That is very important in this situation, double nuts. So there you go. All right, now we'll do the one in the back. All right, and then look, once you get them all 3 in there in place, just kind of, you know, go to this one here, do a couple few turns, you know, then you'll want to move to the next side here, do a few turns, you know, just kind of keep going around until you get it to your designated tightness. Like I said, you don't have to be super tight, you know. Just snug it, you know, that's basically ideal for everything. You just want it snug, you don't want to super tighten it. Because if you over tighten it, you'll be buying yourself a new tank or possibly a new toilet. Because they can get too tight and they could bust this porcelain right here, and then you got a real mess. So just snug them. You don't have to, don't tighten the mess out of them. If you double nut them, there's no reason for you to tighten the pee out of them anyways. Just like that, just a snug, voila. All right, so if you find it necessary to, go ahead and replace the supply line, but in this case, it looks like it's in pretty decent shape, so we don't need to, all right? So just like anything else, just stick it back up here like this. And look, if it don't freely spin, don't keep at it because that means you're cross threading. As long as it freely spins, you're good. All right, and like I said, just like anything else, just snug it. You ain't got to tighten the pee out of it. Just get a little snug. And I am a little bit anal. I like my stuff to be level looking, so I will have to do some adjustment. That's why it's important to go around and around here and there a little bit, you know what I mean? That looks pretty level right there, okay? And go ahead and bring you a bucket, man, because honestly, you will need you'll need something to put your trash in this. And or you'll find yourself making multiple trips. This is the new plunger piece right here. All right. Now, whenever you do install a fill valve, most time you'll need this piece right here. This is what you attach your hose to, which would normally attach right here. But because this comes with a cap with a hole in it, we don't have to have that part. Okay, there you go. What we will need to do is, I will need to go grab a cap out of the truck. Normally they come with it, but I've already took parts from this to make other stuff work. So I got to go get a new cap. So, anyhow, to be continued.